Hi everyone, I'm Noelle and this is my 16-week update. It is hard to believe that I am 16 weeks pregnant. It seems like I was just 12 weeks. It's crazy. It's actually starting to go by quickly, and that's kind of exciting and cool and nerve-wracking and freaking out all at once, basically. So this week, baby is the size of an avocado, and my due date is still September 15th. Doctor's appointments, I had my 16-week appointment on Monday, and it was just a pretty quick appointment. We met the second of 3 doctors in the group, and he was super nice, and we listened to the heartbeat via the Doppler for the first time. So it was the first time that we actually got to hear the heartbeat. I mean, the 2 ultrasounds before, we hadn't actually heard the heartbeat, we'd just seen it. So it was really cool to be able to hear it, and he said that baby was moving around a lot, and it was really special. I still haven't felt movement for sure. I do feel a lot of stuff in there, but nothing has been like, that must be the baby. So still waiting for that to happen. The other things we talked about at the appointment, we just kind of talked about how I'm managing my Crohn's, talked about how I still have morning sickness. They made sure that I had my anatomy scan scheduled, which I do, and that is scheduled for April 29th, 4 weeks away. And we will be finding out the baby's gender if the baby cooperates that day. So I am really, really looking forward to that. I also asked him about pediatricians, trying to pick one, how do we do that, all this stuff, and he really recommended that we find a pediatrician close to home that we love, and then just using the in-house pediatrician at the hospital for the hospital check. So if you have tips on how to pick a pediatrician, I know it's early, but I know asking around, asking friends, but what exactly was it that you were looking for or didn't want, like things that were just like, oh my gosh, you saw this person and knew that this wasn't right and that wasn't right, things about the group, the office, the people, I don't know. Let me know in the comments your best tips for picking a pediatrician, because I am going to start that search and I'm freaked out. As to symptoms, I do still have morning sickness, but like I said, I did talk to the doctor about it, and the week before, I mentioned this last week, I talked to a pharmacist and they okayed it with me, the 25 milligrams of vitamin B6 and half of a Unisom sleeping tab. And I was taking these in the morning. I would take them early in the morning and then fall back asleep and then wake up and still be a little bit drowsy, still sometimes have a little bit of queasiness, but I did not throw up all week. And it was amazing. So I did still feel nauseous when I first woke up early in the morning before I took these, but after taking these I felt fairly normal all day, and it was amazing. So this entire week of 16 weeks I have not thrown up food at all. I did throw up early in the morning a couple of times, just bile, but that's not a big deal. I don't care about that. I kept food down for the first time in weeks, and it was absolutely amazing. So when I did talk to the doctor about that, he also mentioned I can keep doing that, but he gave me some samples for the diclegus, which is the exact same thing. It's the 10 milligrams of what's in the Unisom and 10 milligrams of B6. And the only difference are these are time-release tablets, and so I take 2 of these at night at bedtime, and I've noticed that they last through the next day. Sometimes, again, I do feel a little queasy mid-morning after I'm trying to get my first meal down, but I'll eat a little ginger or something and I'll be completely fine. So I can decide if I want to get a prescription for these, if I'm still having problems, or go back to the others. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I really do like these, and they've been very helpful. This week has gone by super fast because I actually did some freelance work 4 days in a row and then I did my part-time job on the 5th day, and so I really have not been home at all other than to rest and sleep this week. So it has been a crazy week, and not feeling sick, having these meds has absolutely saved my life. I couldn't have done it without that. And I'm probably going to do a whole separate video on this and a vlog talking more about being a natural person like I am and compromising by taking medicine. I have a whole ton of feelings on that. I'm not going to go into that on this video. I will talk about that at a later time. But I'm so thankful for these medications. I do believe that they are an answer to prayer, and right now they are saving me. So that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Other symptoms are pretty much the same. I still have the itchy rashes, which my doctor said is probably not anything to worry about with the pregnancy. So that's good. I'm still very thirsty. I still have acne, and I am noticing that I have to pee more, which probably has to do with the increase in water that I'm drinking. But that is pretty much all symptom-wise, other than just regular digestive issues. My emotions haven't had too many crazy emotions this week. It's pretty much, like I said, it's been a crazy fast week of just work and sleep and work and sleep, and that's pretty much been my week. Weight gain, I'm so happy to say that I did gain 3.5 pounds this week. So I am now back to my starting weight, the weight I was at 4 weeks when I found out I was pregnant. So I am now at my baseline weight, and I'm going to have to work hard to not gain more than 1 or 2 pounds a week. But we'll see how that goes. Cravings and aversions. I have been craving bean, rice, and cheese burritos from a specific little Mexican place we used to live by. And we did finally go and get that on the way home from our doctor's appointment. So that was awesome. Still craving icy things, cold things, a lot of ice cream, you know. Yeah, that Graham Crunch cereal from last week, I'm still eating that all the time. Grapes, that kind of stuff. And aversions haven't changed, still just spicy, big hunk of meat, seafood stuff. Essential oils, the same, peace and calming and lavender. That's pretty much all. Preparations for baby. I did get to go back to Target with my sister this week. She was visiting, and we added a ton more things to my Target registry, and that is pretty much done now. There's a couple things I'm going to change and add over time, but the basics on it is done, which is super exciting. And the only other thing is I've done a little bit of house organizing, both stuff up here in the low attic and then stuff downstairs in our room for baby, just kind of slowly working on those projects. I moved a little dresser that was up here downstairs, and just slowly working on those things over time. Baby buys this week. While we were at Target, I could not resist. They were having a Just One You by Carter's buy one get one 50% off sale, and I saw this little darling thing. It's got little bunnies on it and little bunny feet, and it says Snuggle Bunny on it. And so I got this in newborn, and it has little mittens and everything. I thought this would be such a cute little thing, either at the hospital or possibly a going home outfit. It's just super cute and totally gender neutral. And then I saw this when I was setting up the registry with my husband, and I didn't get it then, but I had to get it now, and so I got it actually in 9 months because I don't have too many sleepers in that size. But it's got this cute little hippo, and it says the wild one. I think they're hippos. Yeah. And it's blue, and it's just got hippos, and it's just super cute sleeper. So it's gender neutral enough for me, and I think it's adorable. So that was it for baby buys, and the only other thing is a belly shot. So I'm going to see if I can get it in this camera. It grows at different times of day, but it's just a little belly. And that is pretty much it for 16 weeks. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.